I'm going to tell you to keep the faith. Oh, you ever watch a stupid movie late at night hoping it's going to get better, don't get better, but you keep watching it anyway? Because the other night I was watching this movie. I was watching this movie called Freak Night, or some type of night, but it was about vampires. I don't know if you know vampires are some cool people, are they not? But I'm going to tell you something that I found out. A werewolf can kill a vampire. Did you know that? I never knew that, so I didn't want to be a vampire anymore. I wanted to be a werewolf. But then anyway, as I'm watching this movie, and they can tell you how stupid it is because it's 1 in the morning. So I'm watching my TV, these kids watching their TV, a vampire kill on their TV. So you know it's kind of stupid, but I'm still watching though. As I'm watching this show, what was funny, these kids had a vampire in their attic at their house. So they were watching their TV. Now I'm watching my TV, as they watching their TV, or they see the vampire killer on their TV. So they win this contest to bring this actor. Now, y'all got to stay with me. Bring this actor who's a vampire killer from that TV to get rid of this real-life vampire in their attic. So as this actor comes to their home, he got all the right stuff. He got all the right stuff because, you know, got to have a stake and got to have a thing to kill him in the heart. And he got a necklace of garlic because that worked. I don't know what it does, but it worked. You got to have a cross because it burns. I know that worked. And then all of a sudden, this is what was so funny about it. As they're walking through the house, this guy's got the holy water. He's blessing the house, this actor. Now, he's all fake. He's blessing the house with his holy water. They walked upstairs, and this vampire looking real good in this black suit. Whoa, that sounds like Senator Warnock, doesn't it? Looking all good in this black suit, floated from the ceiling. He floated from the ceiling looking good and cool. And I'm thinking, whoa, they better get out of that house. If somebody float from your ceiling, get out of that house. That's not your house. But as he floated from the ceiling, the kids jumped behind their hero. As they jumped behind their hero, the guy jumped in front of him with this holy water, threw it on the vampire's forehead. He covered his eyes. Then he took his hand away. He started laughing. And he said, that don't work. He took the cross, he put it on the vampire's forehead. And the vampire didn't even do anything. He said, that don't work. And that's the way it is in our life. It doesn't work unless you got faith. It is time for us to have faith. We got to have faith in our fellow brother. We got to have faith in this country. We got to have faith in the elected officials. And right now, that's the reason I'm here.
So, I don't know. That was Herschel Walker telling a story about vampires, I think. And look, I'm just going to come out and say it because no one else will. Thank God somebody in that race is talking about the issues that really matter. For too long, the focus has been off of vampires, and I, for one, welcome this sorely needed change. To any kids watching out there, just remember, if you work really hard in life, you can get a great job and make a great living. And if not, well, you can always run for Senate in Georgia as a Republican. And look, I know that we'll joke about Herschel Walker, but it would be funnier if we hadn't already spent 4 years dealing with one Republican who couldn't tell his ass from his elbow, and that guy left office with a net loss of 3 million jobs, an unemployment rate that had doubled, a pandemic that was completely uncontained, gun deaths that were totally unchecked, and a whole lot of promises that miraculously never managed to materialize. Donald Trump didn't govern, nor did he have any intention to. He ran a PR campaign, and ultimately, governing didn't matter to him because he just lied to his supporters anyway and pretended that he accomplished a bunch of stuff that he didn't come close to accomplishing. But let's not pretend reality ever got in the way of anything. And so knowing the damage that one incompetent, unqualified person can bring to government, why on God's green earth would anyone look at Herschel Walker, who has 0 qualifications and is known only for having played football real well decades ago, and think that that's what our government needs? Just because you like someone doesn't mean they should get any and every job. I love my friends, wouldn't want them to do surgery on me. Love my siblings, wouldn't want them to rewire my house. Love my parents, don't want them fixing my car. So the idea that Herschel Walker, who objectively has severe difficulty stringing words together to form a complete sentence, should be in charge of writing this nation's laws is so mind-numbingly absurd that I'm having trouble comprehending it. And look, I get that politics has been dumbed down thanks to people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert and Donald Trump, but the work that lawmakers and senators are supposed to be doing is serious and will impact hundreds of millions of people. They're writing laws concerning healthcare and capping out-of-pocket costs. They're writing laws concerning investments in renewables and reconciling the transition to clean energy with the need to ensure that we have a reliable power grid. Laws concerning gun safety and immigration and national security and on and on. These are issues that sometimes take years to resolve. Do you really, truly, honestly believe that Herschel Walker, the guy out there talking about vampires, is going to have a single solitary clue what he's doing? Do you really want to spend $174,000 a year in taxpayer dollars to pay that guy's salary? even if you're a Republican, do you have any standards, or do you want your party to be composed of people so eminently unqualified that you're basically demanding not to be taken seriously? Now, to be fair, I did try to find some footage of Herschel Walker from that same event where maybe he made more sense than he did during the vampire tirade. And well, this is the best I could come up with.
But we got people in Washington that gotten too weak. All they want to do is let people ride their bike. That's what Senator Warnock is doing. Let Joe Biden ride his bike because he voted with him 96% of the time, which means he don't know what he's doing or he seems to love Joe Biden. I don't know which one it is, but I can tell you both of them is wrong.
Before you go, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. You can click the thumbnail right here on this screen. And if you want to support my work even further, the best way is to subscribe to my podcast, No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen. There you can check out my interviews with major players in the world of politics, including President Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, Elizabeth Warren, Katie Porter, Jamie Raskin, and so many more. Plus other interviews that live exclusively on the podcast. That link is also right here on this screen, or just search No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen wherever you listen to podcasts.